that night on the runway. Through the plane's thick window, I saw New York in December slowly moving away from me. It was the day after I completed my first semester at Hartwick, and I was returning to my hometown in Northern California for the first time in 4 months. I should have been excited, but instead, my face stared past the reflection of itself, longing to be on the other side of the window. It really wouldn't take too much doing, I thought, to stay in New York. I was near the exit row. A quick flip of the latch could put me back outside. Escape was possible. But too quickly, the wheels picked up speed, and the ground beneath me became a blur. All I could do was press my hand to the window and crane my head backwards, watching the tarmac disappear. I didn't want to leave New York. I didn't want to go home. To be honest, I wasn't sure which coast was my home. The New York snow was so much different, new to me and more exciting than the sand was that waited for me in California. Before I left Humboldt County, I had never lived anywhere else, so moving to Oneonta and Hartwick was my first taste of East Coast living. It didn't take too long to realize that Oneonta is a little bit different than other places. That Main Street is the place to cruise with your windows down for a cheap thrill, that there are almost as many churches as there are bars, and that sometimes all the seasons happen in the same day. But I like that. I like being a little different. It didn't take long to realize that Hartwick is a little different either. When you ask somebody where they have traveled, they list places like Madagascar, Ghana, Thailand, and Peru. That people check behind them when entering a building and hold the doors open for you, even if you're still 10 feet away from the entrance. At first, I thought this was an East Coast thing, but the compassion and practiced genuineness of it is definitely a Hartwick thing. Quickly, I realized that Oneonta and Hartwick were unusual, but because I had nothing else to compare them to, their fantastic uniqueness became what I regarded as the norm. I loved it here, right from the start. Hartwick has helped me to learn how to love where I'm from, where I am, and where I'm going. Since that first trip, I've taken 7 back to California, each time bringing a little more of New York with me. But I've also been able to bring 7 trips back of the West Coast with me to Oneonta. On one of the last days of my winter vacation this year, I spent the afternoon with my dad, collecting sand and ocean water in jars so I could take them with me back to New York. Now on my bookshelf, they remind me daily of the land from which I've come and how its foundation has shaped me, how leaving it has led me to my present, a time more thrilling than I could have even imagined. When we built that 20-foot snowman in front of the library freshman year, it was difficult to think about anything else but packing on more snow, finding big enough sticks for the arms, and fortifying the structure so that Big Frosty's longevity was ensured. And it was hard to think about something else the first time I jumped from a platform 30 feet up a tree at Pine Lake's ropes course, even in the safety of my harness. Suddenly, living in the moment took on a whole new meaning. In fact, I began to start thinking that living was really the gift itself, regardless of the moment. In caring for the small moments of our world, Hartwick has taught me how to love where I am. My experiences here have illustrated the quote we have at home in our kitchen, which says, "Each day is a gift." That's why they call it the present. Put a ribbon around any day at Hartwick, and you'll see what I mean. These 4 years have taken our entire pasts, everything that has been in the jars we've carried with us, and has given us ways to examine them. When I turn my Pacific jars, I can see how the sand moves and exposes the seashells inside. When I think about my time at Hartwick, I realize that I am just like those vessels. Hartwick has picked me up and shifted the sand inside me. It has turned me around and around, so I continue to press into new experiences with new perspectives. We can collect and purge and rearrange our contents just like any other collector, but we are not just a collection. Every experience is our own, and our containers are not rigid like the ones that sit holding the Pacific on my bookshelf. Unlike that sand and ocean water, our backgrounds and our experiences cannot be reduced simply to the contents of a jar. We are their containers. Our bodies hold our pasts, presents, and our futures, and we carry those containers with us everywhere. So gather your earth and take it with you. Scoop up importance into your jars. We choose what to add, and I am taking Hartwick with me. It will mix together with my roots. Every grain of sand is a part of me, but so is every snowflake. Now the Hartwick ground is included with the strong foundations of our pasts and will help to lead us in our futures. I will be sure to carry Hartwick with me for the rest of my life. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2011.